Nope.
I am the excavator.
Did I hate the fight? Whoa.
Did you say? That's the intro. That's it. You heard confirmation right here, ladies and gentlemen.
I misspoke.
You heard what he said. That's it.
I misspoke.
We're going now. Welcome to Pot of the Dead, everyone.
Welcome to Pot of the Dead.
Oh,
if you couldn't tell, this episode is about Moon.
I could not be happier with this intro, man. Oh my god. Dude. I'm so happy.
I'm livid. I'm livid. How's it going?
Yeah, welcome everyone.
What's up, Potters?
We're doing the Mooncast finally.
Welcome
it's
to
time.
episode 14.
15, something like that. I don't remember.
I think it's 14, and I think at this point we have fulfilled my commitment.
What was your commitment?
Remember when we returned, Pot of the Dead 2.0?
Yeah.
I said we're gonna upload an episode of the podcast every day on every week, every Wednesday, for 6 weeks.
Oh.
I think we've done that.
So what you're telling me is that we can quit after this.
We can quit now. This is actually the last episode. It's not. We're gonna continue doing it. Hopefully,
yeah, Oliver
on Wednesdays. Sorry. Yeah. Good luck. But so we're talking about Moon. Do you want to start with the other bit actually?
Yeah, we can get into Moon in a moment. This is the Mooncast. That will be the bulk of the episode, but there is some smaller stuff that we can talk about at the beginning.
Smaller stuff like $70 billion.
Yeah, $70 billion worth of company buyouts.
Just some small news, you know. Microsoft now owns Activision Blizzard, which is a lot.
And they own every studio under that, which means they own Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
They own Toys for Bob and Raven and shit.
Yeah. Which I remember seeing people being like, "Oh shit, do they have a monopoly now?"
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that.
Yeah, no, they're still the third biggest company. Sony and somebody else is still bigger.
That's fucking crazy.
So it doesn't even matter.
I mean, I think the issue with that though is they're still the third biggest, but now the third biggest owns even a bigger portion of stuff. So now you've got the number 1, the number 2, and the number 3, which encompasses even more.
It's just a question of because I saw people being like, I don't know if it's gonna go through because I don't know if they might have a monopoly now, but they don't have a monopoly because it's only that.
It probably will, and it's I didn't really put too much thought into it. It just kind of.
Do you want more time? Because I have thoughts.
You can go.
I think this is a good thing. For a few reasons. One, now Call of Duty, which is what we talk about here. These are all Call of Duty based things. My thoughts are going to be very rarely pushed past. Actually, there'll be one thought that isn't. But most of my thoughts here are going to be, how does this affect Call of Duty? Because now it's owned, first of all, by the better of the two consoles, which is big.
Yep.
Because that's now it's owned by Xbox rather than PS4. So, I said PS4. Yeah, in my mind, the Series X and the PS5 don't exist though, because I've never seen one in person.
They damn near don't exist.
I've never looked at one with my own two eyes.
Shit's crazy.
But so now it's owned by the better one, which is good. Dude, I remember when they used to release DLCs and they'd release it on the other console a month later.
That was crazy.
How
was that? And there was season passes and shit. Feels so foreign now. It feels so far in the past.
And then I remember when Advanced Warfare was happening. I remember because when Infection came out, I was at your house. But I think it was when Infection came out. Was Advanced Warfare the last one on Xbox, or was it the first one on PS4? Where's my phone? Right here.
AW was on Xbox.
Okay. Oh shit, Mario.
I am fairly confident in that.
So, yeah, that's a thing. But so obviously it is nowhere near as relevant now, because now it's just you get an extra mode that's dog shit. You get 25% weapon XP.
Yeah, we'll get whatever bonus thing is in
I say
Modern Warfare 2 probably.
And I say we use Xbox.
Yeah.
That's a personal preference that I'm gonna get yelled at for by probably.
Yeah, I will say
PS4 is bigger now.
I will say as of recent, as of recent, Microsoft as a company has been better and they've been doing more good than Sony has. In terms of just what they're doing with Xbox, the Game Pass and stuff, and all the deals and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of people being like, "This just seems like like the main W here is that it's just gonna seem like that Call of Duty is now gonna, rather than you show up in November and you pay $70, it's just every month you pay for Game Pass and now you have Call of Duty.
Yeah, which is
huge.
Good. Yeah.
Which is huge. But I think that the main thing here is that like it offers Call of Duty a reset.
I guess so.
They are offered the ability to like what's it called? Like reset the precedent for what is meant to be the games. Because like now it just is no longer in the same hands anymore. Or the people whose hands it's in, they now have a boss.
Yeah, there's now there are like
LOL.
Yeah, there are new higher ups who could like change things for the better.
Well, so while things could absolutely be worse or remain the same, it is given the opportunity to get better, where they can maybe no longer be stretched as thin. They can. I saw people throwing out that it could be a 2-year cycle now in between games,
which would be so good.
Because
that would be fantastic.
It'd be so good, and then they could also just like give every game 2 years.
Dude, I would have fucking loved to have a second year of Cold War.
So would I, because I would have actually cared to keep playing it.
Yeah, like,
I would have played it again if I didn't know that in 6 months no one was going to be playing Cold War anymore. We were going to be playing Vanguard.
Like, obviously, Cold War isn't a great example for a game that people would want that for, I guess, because people really didn't like the multiplayer of it. I didn't, but
I kind of enjoyed the multiplayer. I didn't hate it.
I thought it was pretty bad. But
yeah, I hate you. So
Cold War Zombies. The second year of Cold War Zombies.
Second year of Cold War Zombies have been great. A second year, listen, honestly, a second year of any of the zombies have been great. Even BO4.
Yeah. Second year BO4, they could have done so much.
Because it would have given them, especially because it would have given them the opportunity to have the first year be Ether. Finish out the Ether storyline in the first year, and then go, okay, now the future. Gives them 2 years to do that. And but yeah, the whole thing just provides the opportunity for things to get better. Things could get worse, but things have been getting worse.
Yeah, I don't see them. If anything, I don't see it going any worse than what the current trajectory was.
Yeah, Call of Duty can improve. Call of Duty has kind of been de-improving for a while now. I really enjoy Vanguard multiplayer personally.
Yeah, I think the Vanguard multiplayer is good, but then a lot of the stuff surrounding it is bad. It's I don't know. It's like
and mainly we're talking zombies here.
Yeah, Call of Duty has been taking it took 20 steps forward with Modern Warfare in terms of just what it did.
Yeah.
For the battle pass and
the difference between
removal of the
difference between BO4 and Modern Warfare 2019 are insane.
Yeah,
BO4 it's nearly unrecognizable.
BO4 has maybe the most egregious black market and in-game purchases system.
Really?
Maybe BO3 is worse, but BO4 is
isn't
real
AW
bad.
Worse? Because AW has the BAL and the ASM1.
I guess so. I don't know. AW is pretty bad, but I think BO3 is a little bit worse just with how many different weapons are locked behind the crates, and then all the I enjoyed it. I don't know. BO3 was real bad, and then BO4 is also real bad.
But no, dude, it just gives an opportunity for everything to set new precedents, and we can move forth.
Yeah,
and hopefully with a better game. Because it's crazy to say that Activision could get more funding, but they can, because now Microsoft owns them.
Yeah, it's also maybe just an opportunity. Maybe what I'm hoping happens is that Microsoft just steps in and they're like, okay, so fuck all this bullshit where you're harassing women and shit.
Also that.
None of that.
Also, that's what I was going to get to, is that, that isn't a Call of Duty thing, but hopefully they can figure that shit out real quick.
Yeah, that would be preferred, I think, for
I saw
everyone.
things because wasn't the CEO being really bad about it? Really bad about the situation?
I think so.
Yeah, apparently he's going to be out in a year.
Which is hype.
Once the deal goes through in a year, it'll be out. So, this could be perfect. Wanna know why?
Why?
Because if the deal goes through in a year, you know what game is fully preparing during that year?
Oh shit!
Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Jesus Christ!
And they'll be given. Oh my God! Please, dude.
Maybe we'll get good Treyarch zombies again.
Maybe we will. Hopefully we will. But
yeah. Either way, I stand by the fact that Microsoft is just like, as of recent, they have been like a genuinely good company for consumers, just in terms of like what they're providing with like Xbox and the cross-platform and being able to do Xbox shit on PC and like the Game Pass and all of that, which gives me hope that the company that is responsible for that now owns Call of Duty, which means we could get some more like consumer-friendly stuff for the game.
Yeah, it's something that I always make fun of. This is not about zombies at all. This is about Minecraft. Is Bedrock. Bedrock is cringe.
Bedrock is cringe.
It's just not as good as Java, right? But also, did I go in there and my sister's playing with her friends? She's on her phone. They're on their Xbox. Other one's on their computer. Shit all works out.
That is so sick that you can.
It's
just
so sick. We could never do that as kids, because like when me and Sky when we became as like good friends, like when we went from like second, third tier friends to like top tier friends, it was because we were both playing Black Ops 1. But he was playing on PC and I was playing on Xbox.
Yep. So we couldn't play together.
So we couldn't really play together. And in fairness, because we can now. But it's if Microsoft owned everybody, maybe we could. Maybe it would have worked out. Also, wasn't Activision the top company? Like was there anybody above Activision before this?
I don't know.
Okay. But yeah, so this I think is a good thing. I think it's a good thing. I think it has potential to be bad, but everything does. This gives Call of Duty a chance. It gives them a chance to be what everyone loves again, rather than the piece of shit it is now.
Yeah, so I don't know. It definitely does have the potential for bad things. Just like big company owns lots of little companies, and a big company now that always has the potential to just be like real bad.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Microsoft has been...
But Activision's been bad enough.
Activision has been awful. I can't see them getting that much worse under this.
Yeah. Especially because, at least right now, everything we've blamed Cold War being bad for, BO4 being bad for, and Vanguard zombies being bad for is, Activision being stupid.
Yeah.
And, like, now... it might not be up to just Activision anymore, and maybe they won't be stupid anymore. So you never know.
Let's hope.
Let's hope. Also, while we're on a little not zombies thing, I want to throw what could be a hot take out there.
Okay.
I don't like the current gunsmith and the current way you build your class in games.
Like, what do you mean?
So you know how you get a gun and you have all 10 attachments you can put on it, and then you got the secondary 9 attachments, all your perks. All your shits. Don't like that. Not a fan. Bring back pick 10.
I think that pick 10 is good. I think that with the way the gunsmith currently is, with like the road they're going down with like having a lot of customization and a lot of attachments, you've got to be able to just have like the gun and then all the attachments, and I don't mind it. I think it's kind of fun being able to like get a Vanguard gun and just kit it the fuck out. I think it's different and it's fun.
I think it was different, but now it's not, and I don't find this fun anymore because there is a specific. This is the best gun. This gun provides the best opportunity to win every single fight, rather than it used to be just, like you pick your own shit. Do you want an extended mag? Well, yeah, but then, they're not going to react, but you're going to be able to fight maybe 2 people at once. But but that third person, you ain't going to be able to fight. But now that isn't too much of a deal,
Yeah, that is true. It does.
It
takes, in a way, by giving more options, it takes away the choice.
Yes,
which I think is, I kind of agree with that actually. That is kind of a negative thing, because it does just kind of mean like, Now, obviously, if you're if you're chasing the meta, you're obviously gonna go for just like this is what's the best, and that happened in the old games, obviously.
Yeah,
Even with the pick 10 system.
Even with pick 10, that was there, but there was just there was more room. There was more room
there was a little bit more because it's like the meta at that point comes down to a little bit more your play style.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what do you want to run like? Do you want to run an extended mag so that you can take on more fights? Do you plan on getting into more engagements quickly without being able to reload? Do you want fast mag so you can like pop in, get a quick kill or two, pop out?
But it like before it was, I think, what's your play style? Here's your gun, or here's your class. You figure it out. And now it's what's your play style? Here is the specific gun. Here are the specific attachments. Rather than before, it was like, what's your play style? You can do this because now you can make an AR and SMG. Which when I remember when Modern Warfare 2019 was coming out, we were like, holy shit, that's actually really fucking cool. And it was cool. And now we're still here, and I'm like, stop it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that Modern Warfare 2019 obviously does it the best because that was the one that like had they built the game around it fully, and they were like, this is what we're gonna do, this is the plan. Yeah. I think they executed it pretty well in that game. Everything kind of makes sense. Mm-hmm. And then it was successful, so Cold War kind of had to follow, and it didn't land as well, I don't think, because Cold War it's for the most part just like you use the highest level attachment, and then in Vanguard it's a little bit better, but then also it doesn't really make sense to be in Vanguard, and I don't think it works quite as well. It's better than Cold War, but
but it just because it's just with the way gaming is trending, and I don't like the way the gaming is trending, and now it's all uber competitive, and I blame Fortnite.
Lol.
And that's not a joke.
Lol.
Is it funny? Yes. Is it a joke? No.
I don't think it's Fortnite's fault that gaming is more competitive.
I think it's absolutely Fortnite's fault. Because every kid wanted to crank 90s. But gaming wasn't that way, and then Fortnite came in, was the biggest game in the world, and now gaming is that way.
I mean, I guess so. I think it was already like starting to trend that way a little bit even before then, though.
I think that like I never cared about being as good at games. I feel until like Fortnite came out. Now I'm getting pissed because I'm only dropping 6 kills in a win on Warzone.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that.
Maybe it's BRs, and Fortnite was the biggest BR.
It might just be BRs, and also now on Call of Duty specifically, there's a lot of the skill-based matchmaking, which is like forcing things into a more competitive direction, just because like you're basically playing on a comped ranking system, and you just can't see your rank. So I don't know. I feel like
skill-based matchmaking will be fine if you could just see your rank. If I could see what level I was at,
and you could see what, like, you could know who you were going to be playing against, that would make
That's all I want.
So much better.
That's all I want. I don't need. If you're gonna do skill-based matchmaking, that's fine. I just want to know that I've been skill-based. I want to know that I'm playing really well at the game, and I'm just in a higher level now. I'm not just playing like shit.
Hey Jack, you want to talk about Moon?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, we're talking too long here.
You want to talk about Moon on the Zombies podcast?
Let me check what time we're at. We spent 20 minutes talking about that.
20? Jesus Christ.
That's a little longer than I wanted, but it's fine.
Yeah, well, you know.
Sure, go for it. Talk about the worst map ever. Holy shit, Moon is fucking bad, dude. Oh my god.
Okay, hang on. So how do you want to go about actually discussing it? Because what I was thinking personally is that we kind of go through as you would progress through the map and get to points as you would get to them on the map.
That could be cool.
So what I was thinking is we start off with something a little bit more positive because you get to spawn in.
You start off with the best part of Moon.
Yeah, also
I think outright maybe Head and Shoulders. I don't know. We'll get to it when we get to it. But the best part of Moon, Area 51.
Yeah, I think also Area 51 is maybe the best spawn room of any zombies map.
Ooh, if you want to talk, you seem like you've thought about that. That's something you thought about?
Not really. I thought about it a little bit now. I like very briefly went through a few spawn rooms, and I was like, I don't know. Moon to me.
I've got one as a contender.
What do you got?
Give me a minute.
Just name your contender.
So first contender, Verrucht.
Verrucht is good. Moon is better.
I think Kino is a good first room.
Kino is a good first room. Moon is better.
Okay.
You got anything else? Because there are a bunch of other spawn rooms. There are some that have some interesting gimmicks to them.
I'll say one of the worst spawn rooms, Origins.
Really?
I hate the Origins spawn room.
Origins is one of the ones I was going to name as like one of the better ones.
I hate the Origins spawn room. I don't know why. I hate it.
Crazy how the map that you love, you're like, it's spawn room though. And I'm like,
room, I think, is
and
bad.
I'm just like, mid-map, cool spawn room.
Shadows is never
that
one either.
Interesting. Shadows is fine.
Shadows is just like a pocket of the map.
Yeah, it's a spawn room. It doesn't do anything special. It just is there. Serves its purpose.
My brain is having DE as a good spawn room.
DE has a cool spawn room. I don't think it's as good as Moon. I think after like going through some of them,
I think Crovy as well.
Crovy's good. It's not as good as Moon. None of them.
I hate it, but I'm gonna agree with you. I think it has maybe the best spawn room.
None of these, like, for as good as some of these spawn rooms are, none of them are anywhere near as interesting.
Yeah.
None of them
have as much to it.
None of them have as much to it. None of them, up until Forsaken, have done anything anywhere near Moon.
Yeah.
And Forsaken has one of the best spawn rooms in recent memory because it kind of follows in the footsteps of Moon, and it does a good job at it. I think
what's it called? D Machina. It's a good spawn.
D Machina. D Machina is a fun spawn room. It's like a nice big area.
I'm not saying it's a top tier spawn room.
I'm
good. Not saying that it has anything special. I think it's just a good spawn room.
I like the spawn room in Firebase C personally. I enjoy it, but
I'm with you.
Cold War has some good spawn areas. I think
Cold War did good in spawn rooms.
Yeah,
but
general map design and layout I think was solid in Cold
War. So back to Moon. I think Moon probably has the best spawn room.
We spent another 5 minutes just not talking about Moon really.
Because that's when judging it as a spawn room.
Yeah.
I do. We'll come back. We'll circle back to it no longer being as a spawn room. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
What do you mean?
Like it kind of no longer functions as the spawn room because the thing is that I feel like it's one of the maps where it is a spawn room and then it stops being a spawn room. You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess so.
We'll circle back to it. I'll talk. Well, I think I'll get more in depth what I'm talking about when
I think I get what you mean, but I think still like it is.
No.
It's
that isn't to say that it isn't at all. I think it's a very good spawn room.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, let's talk about why it's a good spawn room.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's different. First of all, it's got like a unique mechanic to it.
It is the most different spawn room, and I'd make the case if we're talking about just base zombies, as we've said. Ooh, hold up.
What you got?
9.
9?
9 spawn room is fire.
This fire comes up out of the ground.
Yeah, it's a good ass spawn room.
It's a good spawn room. It's cool. It's got like the ropes that you can knife for the challenges right away. You got like the podiums there.
Oh yeah, we played 9.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about Black Ops 4 at some point because we ran it a little bit. We played 9 together. We got some thoughts. Is all I'm gonna say.
I went down a lot, but we had thoughts.
Yeah, we're not gonna tell you any of the thoughts. Although I guess Jack has expressed positivity in the spawn room of 9. There you go. There's
Fire-ass spawn
There's
room.
your thoughts.
Really
I think that Moon is still better.
I think they're both in contention, but I think the Moon is obviously very different. You can get Jug. You can before round 1 get Jug.
Yeah, Moon to me stands out just because of like, it has this unique mechanic to it. It's got like a different progression to it. It completely changes the way that you play the map. It gives you a lot of options right off the start.
Yeah, and it's also like a level of skill there.
Yeah, like the Moon kill world records are so sick to watch.
I used to watch those all the time.
I know, it's so fucking
I used to spend like hours. Okay, so Scotty did this, and then Steve one-upped him. But it's just Scotty and Steve.
Yep.
It's just them going back and forth, bopping the record by like 2 every time.
Yeah. So it's like you've got all this stuff, right? Like, you've got grenades to work with. You've got your pistol, obviously, the basic stuff. Zombies get stronger as you go.
You get all this stuff. The things you spawn in with. The pistol, the grenades. There's so much stuff.
But it's different when it's in Moon.
I know. I agree.
Like it becomes a different thing because it's like
because it's its own game. Because you're like rather than it being okay, you don't spawn in with a whole lot, you use it, you get, and then you kind of work your way up. It is you have a set amount of things, and there's just like gaps in of what you can do.
Yeah, there's so many options for how you can set up in this area.
Because if you talk, I've cut you off a lot.
Yeah, if you just want to go into you don't care about being here, you can just teleport pretty much right away. You can just get out of there. If you want to get Jug before you start the game, you can have Jug round 1.
There's also just a level of you can just kill everything before shit gets fast. If you have a mild amount of knowledge on the map, but you're also dog ass at zombies, you can just knife the zombies before they start running and then leave.
Yeah, just get some extra points. Have like 1 to 2 grand before you even start the game,
which is huge.
It just gives you a little boost,
especially on as bad of a map as Moon. I almost call it Origins again. Almost on as bad of a map as Moon, or especially as bad of a map as Moon.
Yeah. So then, yeah, you can get those points, or you can stay a little bit longer, farm up more points as the zombies get faster and get stronger. You can start chucking out your grenades if you want, and get full hordes, get a bunch of points. Buy Jug or Speed Cola if you're that guy.
And then what I really enjoy is that there's two routes. You can buy Jug and knife for a while, or you can skip Jug, get the Sallies, then get Jug, which makes it so much harder.
But you get the Mustang and Sallies before round 1.
But you roll up to round 1 on the screen with Jug and Sallies, which is like, holy shit, you're set.
Yeah, like, once you get to the Biodome, which you're going to get to because you have Mustang and Sallies on round 1 to, like, whatever.
And it's really cool.
Yeah. You get PhD, you're just good to go at that point. It rewards you for being a good player, which I think.
And that's the spawn room. Now we get to the starting room, where this is where the problems start. So, because here's the problem. You can't use Sallies in the fucking spawn, the actual Moon spawn room. Like the past Area 51, the room you come in afterwards, you can't fucking use them because the things will blow up and then it's useless. Because then, like, you can't have that happen. You can't. Because then you have to hack the excavator. You cannot do that. Or it's over.
Yeah, that happened in my game.
Yeah, it's over. You're fucked. So all the work and effort you just put in is gone in the beginning of the game because you can't fucking shoot them in the room you show up in. Holy shit. I'm mad, and this is not even relevant. This is like one of the, oh my god.
I will say, I blew up the windows in the spawn room, and then Excavator came in, and I got it just fine.
No.
I did like, it was a little bit tougher. I had to, like, focus up a little bit. I had to use a couple Gersh devices, but I did get it done.
You had to use plural Gershes.
I mean, yeah, so not great, but I did do it.
Because what if you just didn't have Gershes? No Gershes, you're fucked. It's over. It's over. And then the excavators are such shit we were playing, and then we just showed back up, and I, like, went through and just saw the excavator slice through the fucking room and was like, God damn it. And then I fucking died because I turned, ran back, got chucked up in the air in the now no longer oxidized room.
I don't think that's correct.
No. This is what happened today. This did happen.
I just mean the use of the word oxidized. I don't know if that's...
I mean, there's oxygen in the room.
Is that...
It's oxidized. The room with gravity. So it's in the bit you go left through the MPL, and then you're in that little area. And in that room's getting excavated. And I was like, holy fucking shit, god damn it. I could no longer go that direction. I had to turn around into the horde that was behind me.
Why are you still talking? I get the mics are still recording. You can still leave this in, I guess.
I'm fucking livid.
You can leave the shit in.
Okay.
You're editing. You got it, man.
So then I fucking turn around from this excavator that's like we did not know was there. We had no goddamn idea. I think I was stupid and didn't have my voice volume on, so maybe I'm dumb, but he didn't hear it either.
Yeah, it was just I didn't hear the audio cue for it.
We had no clue. And then so I turn around from the excavator in the room that no longer has gravity, get kicked up into the sky, and then zombies crowd me, and I'm stuck in the air and do not have a chance. Like, zero chance. There was no option for me. I was dead.
Man, this really, as soon as we got into Moon, Jack just went off the rails.
Because fuck Moon. Like, in this is a situation where we had no clue the excavator was going, and then I had no chance. Okay, I was talking about, I told this guy earlier, maybe I should have said this on here.
Shut up.
So maybe I should have waited, said it on here, but I'm gonna say it again, and it's just not gonna be new to him. So there's people talking about maps that are tedious, right? Like Origins is tedious, Shadows is tedious, Zetsubo is tedious, but those are tedious with like cool shit. If Zetsubo is tedious if you want to upgrade the Wonder Weapon, which is shit, not a great Wonder Weapon, but if you want to pack a punch it, upgrade it, whatever, it's a little tedious. It's a process. If you want to, get a lot of the cool shit with a lot of the places, you want to take it full advantage of the plants, it's a little tedious. So the Wonder Weapon is mildly tedious. It isn't a whole lot, but like the sword, upgrading the sword is a little tedious. Origins, there's so much shit to do in Origins that you could deem any of it tedious. But it's all to get things that are better. It's all to like improve your gameplay, you know?
Yeah.
And to like let you go farther. When in Moon, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. In Moon, it's tedious for you to live. It is you will die unless you do this thing that's fucking stupid. Which is not like I shouldn't have to spend the entire game making it harder for myself so I don't die. Okay, and also, so we're playing. We get Jug first. We don't go for salaries because that's a whole fucking process. We just get Jug. We roll up, go spawn in the area. Moon guy shows up. Cosmonaut dude shows up. And then I am like running for a second. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna turn around. I'm just gonna go open the door, buy a gun. I get sent flying into the air. No longer have control over my body, and then collide with the cosmonaut, and he takes my Jug, and I can't get Jug for the next, 14 fucking rounds. I didn't get Jug back the whole game. The whole game! I didn't get it back. Because we couldn't go back. What kind of dog shit is this?
Okay, so Jack.
God forbid, I'm heated.
Yeah, so Jack is getting very negative.
Yeah.
More negative than I feel comfortable with. So I'm going to try and balance it out with a little bit of positivity about the map.
At some point, I'm gonna get frustrated again, and I'm gonna start yelling. I'm just gonna cut you off. I'm just telling you. I'm just letting you know.
Listen, I do not. Where I'm at now, I do not like to focus on the negatives of things as much.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm trying to appreciate stuff a little bit more just for what it is.
We should have talked about Mob then.
I mean, listen, man. Moon has good stuff to it. Like there's cool parts of Moon.
So little.
Okay, let's talk about the hacker. That's super cool.
Hacker is really cool.
Hacker is a really cool piece of equipment. There's really a lot of fun stuff that you can do with it. A lot of options that you have.
It'd be even cooler if it didn't take the spot of your Moon suit. Your astronaut suit, your PED.
That is true, but I do think that, to an extent, it wasn't executed very well, but I do at least like the idea that you kind of have to make a choice and a sacrifice to run whichever one. Like I said, I don't think it was executed particularly well.
Yeah.
But I do think that the idea of that choice is good, and I think that the hacker, as an equipment, is so cool that it almost counteracts that for me. Like, I think the hacker is just dope as hell.
I agree. So I agree with what you said, except I don't think it even nearly counteracts it. The hacker I think is really cool. It provides a lot of really fun ways to play, like your ability to like flip wall buys. So then pack a punch ammo is 500 points, which is
whatever the
cool.
normal price of of ammo is,
which is super cool. Hacking through doors is really cool. Do I think it's super useful hacking through doors? It's fun though.
Gives you options.
Yeah, it gives you options.
Also, the most useful thing that the hacker can do for a high round player, you can just get max ammos.
You just get max ammos,
which is sick.
And if you're trying to have fun with the boys, hit the box. You can spin the box again for 600 points. And if you don't want that gun, you can just hack it again. Everyone can pick it up.
Yeah, this is the first game to actually allow you first map and only map until like BO4, I think, that lets you do that.
Which is super cool. And like you can get perks. You can like give your perks back if you decide, I no longer want my Sallies and trading them out for a wave gun. I'm gonna run a wave gun in RPK. You don't no longer need PhD, so fuck PhD. Give me stamina up.
Yeah.
You can do that. You have that option, which is really cool. It's a really fun way to be able to play and pivot with what you're doing without having to go down and buy everything back. And so the hacker's really cool. But you have to make a choice between playing in half of the map or having the hacker. And the issue, right? Here's the biggest problem with that. Is where the hacker resides on the map when you don't have it on you.
It is in a pretty rough spot.
It is all the way across the map from the spawn. So if I am in the spawn, right, and don't have the hacker, and it's like excavator, I have little to no chance of stopping that excavator. Because I have to book it across the map, get the hacker, book it back, and stop it before it finishes.
I mean, when I was playing, I was in spawn when the excavator came, realized I didn't have the hacker, made it to the lab and got the hacker, got back, and then hacked the excavator. And
with
then
your Gershes.
Did it successfully.
With Gershes.
I mean, yes. So obviously, to some extent, like.
Oh yeah, no, because when you're in there. Okay, hold. Oh yeah, no, because you did blow it up. It's just it's stupid. It's stupid though. It's difficulty for no purpose.
Yeah, I do. I think that the excavators are just bad.
The excavators are one of the biggest problems because it completely stops your game. Anything you were doing has to be pivoted immediately. Which the thing is that the way like that I'm saying a lot of these things, it like for me, if like I was just going, like you have to make the sacrifice of either having your suit on or having the hacker, or you having to pivot and stop, like pivot what you're doing and go and stop the excavator. That like this to me, as I'm saying it, sounds like a good thing. These sound like really cool things, but they're just not done right.
They're not done particularly well, and it makes for just an unfun experience.
Makes for an unfun experience where you just can't, and like you can't just sit and chill. You have to be on guard to fix things that are dumb. If it wasn't things that were stupid, it would be fine.
Yeah, see the problem with Moon is that it's difficult to talk about the stuff that's good about the map because it's almost like intrinsically tied with stuff that is bad.
Yeah.
It's like with the hacker.
That's why it was so easy to pivot from the hacker immediately to shit being bad.
Hacker is super
correlates
cool.
to shit that's bad.
Yeah. Hacker is super cool, but then there are just like inherent problems with the way it's implemented into the map, and it just leads to an unfun experience. Now, I'm gonna pivot into something that just is positive about the map, and Jack does not think they're very cool, which fine, personal preference, but the wave gun and the zap guns are like a fantastic wonder weapon.
They are very good.
So fun to use, really powerful. Honestly,
I have
one of my favorites in BO1.
Yeah. So when we talked about this before very briefly, or just like we talked to each other about it. I hate Moon and think that people who think it's good are dumb for thinking that it's good.
Which I think is a little bit cringe
I
personally.
don't like the wave gun, but I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I don't sit here and go, I think that your opinion here is wrong. I will say that people's opinions are wrong occasionally when I think that it is egregious, but I don't think that the wave gun being cool or wave gun being really good is egregious. This is just I disagree. I think it is pretty good. There's just a couple things. It never really clicked in my head. And
Just doesn't like hit that cool factor for you that
do,
makes
do,
it click.
doesn't hit it for me.
Which is fair enough. That's like something that I get.
It is good though, and I respect the wave gun.
Yeah, for me personally, it's like I get see it's hard to say with the BO1 Wonder weapons because most of them are really cool, but like even with the BO1 Wonder weapons all being pretty cool, it's still like up there for me. Like I think you've got like the Thunder Gun. I think I slightly prefer the Baby Gun than the Wave Gun's up there.
Yeah, I would agree with that. On cool factor.
On cool fact, I mean just on like the level of like
quality,
everything combined for me.
Yeah, no,
like,
I would agree with that ranking then.
Yeah, depending on the day, I could probably put it over the Baby Gun.
Ooh, I could never do that.
I don't know. Baby Gun's super cool.
You kick him, you run into him.
You do.
It's hype.
That is pretty hype. Yeah. Wave Gun is just cool though. Yeah. Gershes are back on the map. Gershes are really good. They cool. Are immensely helpful on Moon.
Mm-hmm.
To a fault, I would argue, but
yeah.
you know, Gershes are good. Gershes, I will say, pair very nicely with the Hacker. That they make a really good combo in that you can throw them down and get drops from them, and then while it's sucking in zombies, get the max ammo.
Yeah,
which is a cool combo, and it's a nice thing that you can do, and it makes high rounding on the map.
Yeah.
A lot more interesting because you can get ammo pretty consistently.
Are a really fun concept.
QEDs are very cool.
Can't they kill you though?
I don't know. They might be able to on like a low chance of just like some bullshit happening. Which is probably fixed in BO3.
Like I'm pretty sure that the ray gun that it shoots deals damage to you.
It might. I don't remember.
I think. And it like be due to that. Or because I know QEDs can kill you, I just don't remember exactly how. The fact that they can kill you makes me not want to use them. However, they are a really fun concept. Again, everything about Moon. It's a really cool concept. I love the idea. It's just like you could have done it a little bit better. You could have made it a little better.
You know, I've got a bit of an analogy actually for Moon.
He's got an analogy
that I think when I think more about it actually works kind of well. Moon to me is kind of like the Amazing Spider-Man films, which I figured you would get a good laugh out of. But listen, I've been on a Spider-Man kick. I recently watched the Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Here's the thing: I haven't seen it, so this analogy is gonna fall on deaf ears right now.
I mean, essentially,
because I'm the only one listening to you right now.
I mean, okay, essentially though, the Amazing Spider-Man films, if you're not familiar, are the first one is like fine, and then the second one, I haven't watched the second one, but I know enough about it and I know the general opinion on it. Most people think that it's egregious as a film.
Yeah, a lot of people really hate it.
But the reason that I compare the Amazing Spider-Man films to Moon is because the Amazing Spider-Man films have a lot of cool concepts to them and a lot of cool ideas that just aren't quite executed well, and it just doesn't quite click.
Spider-Man
and everything just like
Spider-Man. One question:
what you got?
Does he dunk on the guy in that movie?
Yes.
How far does he dunk from?
Like half the court away.
So that's egregious.
Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know if it's that far. I don't actually remember.
You talk. I'm gonna go. I cut you off. I apologize.
Are you gonna look
for
this?
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, he does break the backboard.
Yeah, that's a thing. In fairness, that's a thing.
Yeah.
People in high school break backboards. You're just like basketball god.
Yeah, that. I don't know. Yeah, essentially though, there's a lot of cool ideas in the Amazing Spider-Man films. A lot of neat ideas and things that could have worked or could have been expanded on, but it just doesn't quite click or fall into place in like the intended way.
Okay, it is in the first movie.
Yeah, the basketball scene is in the first movie.
He's like, oh, yeah, look, he's being too cool.
See, I don't know if that's necessarily like a too cool thing though, because I feel like any teenager who's been like bullied by someone and now has like sick powers, they're gonna use that to like fuck with the guy who's been bullying them.
I'm not saying whatever. Hold on.
I don't know. I think it works personally. I maybe it goes a little bit too far. We're talking too much about Spider-Man and not about how it relates to Moon. Essentially, Moon has a lot of really cool things, a lot of really cool ideas. You've got Area 51, you've got QEDs, the hacker, you've got the wave gun, you've got just like the setting itself being on the moon is sick as fuck.
Hold up.
And like the anti-grav.
Okay, so it isn't from half court, but it's longer than has ever happened in the history of basketball. Michael Jordan is looking at that and taking notes. Like that doesn't happen. You can't do that. And
yeah, it's just.
I think they make fun of that in Civil War.
Oh, that's funny.
Because like very very briefly, and it isn't exactly there, but it's Tom Holland going, I'd love to be on the football team, but like I wasn't on the football team before, and it's like because Peter Parker can't do that. You can't just show up and. It's so weird. Sorry. I'm talking about this way too long. I'm sorry. Moon is so bad.
Yeah. Listen, I think the comparison works though, because like I said, Moon just has some super cool stuff to it.
Yep. And then again, in fairness, Easter eggs fire.
Easter egg's pretty cool. It's I think the first one to give you all of the perks for doing it.
I believe so.
I think, and the Easter egg is super cool. We didn't actually do the Easter egg, but it is cool. The
because
ending, the Earth being blown up.
Here's
is
the
sick.
thing: we didn't do it because we can't.
Oh yeah,
we can't do
people,
it,
doesn't it?
Because you need 4.
That's not a Moon issue.
It is a Moon issue.
Well, I mean, it's a Moon issue, but it's also an issue on every map that needs 4 players for an Easter egg, which is like all of the BO1 maps.
I agree.
I don't. This I think is something that you can't pinpoint to just Moon. This is like this is a core BO1 issue.
I can't pinpoint it to just Moon, but it is a problem.
It is a flaw that is on Moon. Yeah,
it's a flaw that's on Moon, which I think counts. But it's a good Easter egg. If you can get the squad, good Easter egg.
It's more of a legitimate criticism than talking about the tube spawn rooms.
I had a moment where I was playing solo, and I talked to this guy when we were playing together, where I was like, "Damn, this zombie spawn area is pretty unimaginative. Just a tube." And this guy was like,
Jack was asking. He was like,
"Fuck up."
Yeah, he was like, "Am I being too nitpicky? This spawn area looks really bad, right?" And I'm like, yes, you're being extremely nitpicky. It's just a zombie spawn.
I'm right though.
What are the other zombie spawns? There are some that probably look interesting, but how many? Like there's the one on Noct that's just like there's a dirt tunnel. There's shit like on other maps where it's just like an empty room.
Makes sense though.
I mean,
a tube.
I mean, yeah, but the tube is just like it's just like a door, and then it's just like
it's more of a joke. But God, Moon is so bad.
Yeah, that's like omega nitpicky stuff that I'm not even gonna like.
Yeah, it's why I didn't plan on bringing it up.
I thought it was funny enough that I had to. I had to mention it.
But no, dude, it's just so bad. And okay, another thing we're doing when we were playing, right? So I'm going. Here's an issue with the biodome, the launch. What are the pads? What are they called? Pads.
Bounce pads.
Bounce pads. That's what we're gonna call them. Everyone knows. Everyone knows what we're talking about. The bounce pads. They block off doors, so you have to like strafe jump over them.
They do.
Which is stupid. Can you strafe jump? Is it a big deal? No. But the fact that you have to is dumb. And we were playing. I'm trying to get over it. I don't do it right. Get chucked in the air and like am moving back onto the pad. Right, because they never just straight shoot another pad, which is a little dumb, but it isn't super dumb, but it is. And so it shoots me. I'm trying to get back on, and I just miss entirely. Like I'm not even close. And like I was trying, like it wasn't as if I was going away from it. It wasn't like I wasn't trying to get back onto it. I was attempting to get back onto the square bounce pad, and I just missed and died. Like no shot. I just went, woo, gone. Revive, please, ray gun. And it was awful. I was like, oh my god. The fact that you have to deal with this in a map with all these other problems is fucking terrible.
Yeah, my biggest issue with Moon, it's like a lot of these issues, if they were isolated, would not be that bad. But Moon,
because a lot of these maps have these kind of issues, which is just something random is pretty stupid.
Yeah, Moon. What it did is it tried to be extremely ambitious and did a lot of things, and like half of them just don't work.
Half of them don't work, and the half that do are inhibited by the half that don't.
Yeah, it all like kind of links back together to create just even for me, who's trying to be positive and not just be like, this is awful, terrible, bad. It makes for just like a kind of generally unfun experience that I'm not looking for when I play zombies.
Yeah, like I will not be playing Moon again anytime soon because I don't have to, so I won't.
Yeah, Moon is not a map that I'm personally gonna go back to.
I won't go back
to. To be fair, not a map that I ever did, but I don't know.
But now it's reinforced.
Yeah, Moon. I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll play BO3 Moon and I'll go for like a high round or something.
See, but then here's BO3 Moon. I think it's a different conversation. Also a big reason, just from difference from BO1 to BO3. Double tap 2, you're just stronger.
Yeah, you've got double tap 2 plus all of the guns are stronger, plus you've got AATs and shit.
Yeah, like you're just
you've got gums, which kind of can help mitigate the perk stuff depending on what stuff you have. Yeah, like if you've got raindrops or perkaholic or whatever.
I'd make the case that in BO1, the third best gun on, maybe even second on any given map is Mustang and Sally.
Yeah.
But there are significant chunks of Moon where you can't use it without severe calamity. And Jane. Get it? It's CZs. The CZs.
The other dual wield pistol in there.
Right. It worked. It was hype.
It actually, you brought that back in a way I didn't expect.
Right? But so it's just, there's just so much that they're trying to do, and not a lot of it hits, and the stuff that does is inhibited by the stuff that doesn't.
Yeah.
And it just kind of morphs itself into, again, what I will say again, because I played it, I tried it, I played multiple solo games, do we play multiple co-op games or just the one?
I think just the one.
Just the one.
Or we like died out of one and then went back into, did we?
Something like that.
Who cares?
We've played it multiple times within the past like year. And like that, I will still say is the worst zombies map. It's the worst one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a map that I just like don't have an interest in playing personally. Even as someone who will try and be positive about it and try and like focus more on the good stuff and look for that good and be like, hey, it did this well. I still, at the end of the day, am not going to find myself playing the map because as much as I like focusing on that stuff, I think it is just not very fun to play. Yeah, now, I'm not going to be like Jack and go screaming about it like a little baby boy, like a little piss baby idiot man. But
I don't like it when you say that to me.
I'm also not going to play it. I'm not going to play the map
because it's just, I don't know, I just don't like it.
The wave guns are so fucking cool though. They're really fun to use.
They're really cool. I personally don't like them, but I completely understand you liking them. So because it's okay, in the way that I'm going to phrase it, due to like the way that I think about it, I am willing to deem it a positive for the map, even though I don't like it.
Yeah,
because I understand that everyone else likes them, and that I'm like the only one who doesn't.
Yeah.
If I didn't like Mob, that just like had like a person that's like, I don't. Alcatraz never really hit for me, even though it did hit for me before Mob happened. Like if I was like Alcatraz didn't hit for me, or just all these like the aesthetic isn't really my thing, I feel like I'd get it anyways, because everyone else loves Mob so much. Mob I think maybe the most collectively loved map.
Probably.
Because like I think the best map is Shadows, but a lot of people disagree.
A lot of people don't like it enough for it to not be unanimously loved.
It's not unanimously loved.
Same with something like Origins, I think.
Even though I think that you're an idiot, and I think that it just makes you stupid.
There are a lot of people who don't really like Origins.
There are people who think that Origins is overrated, enough to the point that it is not a universally loved map, where Mob, I think, is.
Mob, I think, there are obviously still people like that who don't click with it. Like, obviously, anybody who doesn't click with the, like, more advanced style of gameplay is inherently not going to click with it, which I think is a significant amount of people. But for the people who enjoy that style of gameplay even a little bit, they pretty much enjoy Mob.
They enjoy Mob, and that's how I feel about the wave gun. But it just, oh man. And then it also just has the worst song in BO1, and I'm not going to talk about it.
I'm trying to think.
The only one that's anywhere close is Not Ready to Die.
Not Ready to as like the worst?
Yeah.
Not Ready to Die is so good.
Agreed. That's the thing.
Okay, yeah.
I
get what you're saying. I had it wrong in my brain.
If you're gonna rank them, it is top chunk. I think there's like a semi, like half a point, solid half a point gap, and then Not Ready to Die, and then like a solid gap, and then the Moon one. So the only one that I think that you can make a case for is Not Ready to Die, even though I think it's a very good song. It's one of the actual songs that I listen to, like it's in my playlist.
I'm trying. Let me go through the song. If you count the Eminem song, I think that's the worst.
Oh yeah, no, that counts then.
There's the.
Let's for the sake of the case not
back down. Oh no, I won't back down. Oh no.
Pink is in this song.
Yep.
Back down.
I don't know. I did go back and listen to it, and I found that I didn't dislike it as much as I previously did. Like, it's a fine song.
Well, okay, but let's just for the sake of the case, for the sake of the argument, not count it. 115. Better.
What song? 115.
Better.
Come back to it.
Don't even do that. 115 is leaps and bounds better. Leaps and bounds, you boy.
What's after
Pink
115?
Abracadabra.
Abracadabra. That's
leaps
better.
And bounds. Not Ready to Die.
Not Ready to Die, I think, is probably better.
I would say it's better.
Pareidolia is in my top 5.
Pareidolia, also better. And then that's it.
And then there's also Nightmare, which is on Moon. Nightmare's better.
Nightmare's better. And then if you want to pull in the World of War maps that are there, Little Live a Dead Man, or For a Dead Man, whichever one it is, better. It's the one.
Yeah, the one.
The one, better. Beaver Annihilation, better.
I'll hit
you with the mic.
I'm gonna listen. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna say. Out of all these songs, I do prefer most of them to Coming Home. With that being said,
the mic, I'm sorry.
With that being said, I just on a personal level, I listen to Coming Home more than I listen to Lullaby for a Dead Man.
Shut up.
And I go back to it more than I do for 115. I don't enjoy listening to 115 as much.
Okay, so
115 just doesn't click with me very much.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna close out the podcast here, okay? but Sky, what do you want to do for our next map?
Next map?
I was thinking we could do one of two things.
I want to go to a different game.
Okay, we can do one of two things. One, we can bounce to the best map.
We could go to one of the best. I think that could be a good pivot.
Or we could go to We could go to Origins.
Could do an Origins. Could get like a Origins. I think because the Mooncast was a very unanimously like it's bad.
Yeah.
And that I think it would be good to go for like one that's unanimously kind of positive.
We could go to again what you would deem the worst map, because we went to Moon first because I think Moon is the worst map.
Yeah.
We could go. What do you think is the worst map?
I don't know what I think the worst map is.
I don't know what it is either.
It might by default just be Moon, just because I don't know what else it would be. I'd have to go through my ranking and just see.
Okay, you have choose your own ending to your way out of getting tackled. like I don't know where to close up the podcast now, because I was going to attack you, and that was going to be the end of the episode. I was going to dive at you for saying you'd come back to it more than 1.5.
Listen, man.
But you brought it back.
We keep schmoovin'.
We keep swiggying up on y'all fools.
And on your mama pussy.
Yeah. But so yeah, we can go any of those. What do you want to do? Moon is my thing. What's yours? We can go Mob, we can go Origins, we can go something else. Make the choice right now.
I think that what we should do is go to a map that we unanimously enjoy, and then we should do Origins.
Okay.
So we get an episode that's unanimously kind of like, don't really like this map. Here's what's bad about it, or here's like our thoughts. Talking? And then the next one we go to, probably since we did Moon and that's kind of more your thing, we go to Mob next. We can focus in on that a little bit more because that's more of like my map. It's my personal favorite. And then after that, we do Origins, because then we get that kind of 50-50, like, back and forth. I don't really like it as much. You really like it. And we can have kind of that fun little interaction. And maybe I will come to appreciate Origins more.
Okay, so my plan didn't work. I was going to find a coin. I was going to flip it, and one side was going to be Shadows. One side was going to be...
Well, no, I already said, though.
I know, but you cut me off. And by cut me off, I was trying to do something you did faster. Whatever.
Why were you going to... Whatever.
Shush. So, Mobcast?
I think Mobcast is next.
Sick.
And then, so also something I want to bring up before we go. I don't know why this is a podcast discussion and not a like planning after discussion, but
I think it's fun to talk about that.
It is fun to get a little bit of like the inside baseball stuff on the podcast.
Baseball?
Yeah.
What? Are we talking about baseball?
I'm pretty sure that's an expression, like inside baseball, like talking about behind the scenes stuff. I think that's a thing. If it's not a thing, then I've heard it somewhere.
Okay.
And I've just kind of taken. Anyway, when are we gonna talk about Black Ops 4? Because I don't want to talk about it quite yet. I want to get a couple of things down first. Like I want to
fucking type.
I don't know. I want to talk about something like Mob first, and then maybe Origins, or maybe we could dive into like a different game, even go into like BO3 or something.
In American slang, the term inside baseball refers to the minutiae and detailed inner workings of a system that are only interesting to or appreciated by experts, insiders, and aficionados.
So I was
about right.
Kind of close, yeah.
Close enough that I'm
enough
that I'm willing to give you props for being right.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought that's what that was.
Right. But so
cool.
I don't know when we do the BO forecast, because I think we do a BO forecast and then we can come back to maps at a later date.
I guess so. I mean,
because I think that we haven't shit talked specific maps on BO4.
Yeah.
We've been like, this map we haven't played, but we've heard is good.
Yeah.
We think that
and we've shit talked Blood a little bit.
We've shit talked Blood a little bit, but that's about it. But I think that we do a BO forecast and then circle around to doing maps at a later date. And I
think doing an overall, like, I think we need to play all of the maps on BO4 first before I feel confident doing a BO forecast.
I want to play a couple games alone so I don't get schlacked.
Yeah, and then we can kind of just go through and talk about BO4 as a whole and give it more of a fair shake in the zombies perspective.
Yeah, and then we can.
Without giving,
we can do the BO forecast and then actually put it on a tier list.
Oh yeah, that's true. We can actually include BO4 maps and shit.
Before we'd skipped them
because we just don't have experience with them.
We are going to, and also because they're bad. Question mark?
Don't want to reveal too much of our hand, but I'm just saying. I'm trying to focus more on the positive aspects. I'm looking for stuff to like. BO4 is almost like an underdog story to me now.
It is an underdog story because we have talked so much shit and also haven't played it.
I really want to be wrong, especially about the maps I haven't played.
Listen, I am always rooting for my negative opinion about something to be wrong. As the great Tom Campbell, and also, what's the book? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy said, "I'd rather be happy than right."
Yeah.
So yeah. We're rooting for BO4. We will be playing it for a while. I think we'll be running it
probably. Do you want to run some BO4 after the podcast? Just play like one of the base maps and run like Voyage or something.
Mayhaps. But we will be playing BO4 for a bit. Be aware of this. We will come at you with some BO4 based episode.
Maybe it'll probably even leak into the discussion in other episodes. I'm sure it'll come up at some point.
I'm sure
before we do the Mobcast next week, I want to play Blood of the Dead just so we have it as a comparison.
Yep. And so that'll happen.
Yeah, that'll leak in. BO4cast will happen at some point. Next podcast is going to be the Mobcast.
Next podcast, it will be the Mobcast. We'll be
after that, I'm not sure.
The nearly flawless map that is Mob of the Dead.
Number 1 for me. Number 1 for
many people. Number 1
all
for
of the smart
probably
people.
more people than
any other map.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because as we said, it's universally loved. I think no other map has the amount of people who believe it's the best.
Yeah.
Than Mob does. Which is it's fair. Again,
Mob is like it's your number 2, right?
It's my number 2.
Yep.
It is my solid number 2.
Yeah.
We're gonna see when we do the Origins cast. We're gonna I don't know. We're gonna find out. But we're gonna do the Origins cast, and then after we do the Origins cast, I will make my very definitive. What do I think is better? Which everyone I'm sure is waiting for.
Everyone wants to know.
Everyone wants to know. It's gonna be trending. We're gonna be on
Jimmy Fallon.
Why did you say Jimmy Fallon? We're gonna be on live stream fails, and then you said Jimmy Fallon.
You want to know the full thought process there?
Give me the full thought process.
I don't know, you said we're gonna be on, and where my head was, I don't know. I was just thinking back on the podcast, and I was just thinking about some of the stuff we talked about, and I was thinking about my comparison to The Amazing Spider-Man, and then I started thinking about Andrew Garfield, and I thought about an interview that I saw him on Jimmy Fallon, and I was just like, we'll be on Jimmy Fallon.
Did you have that interview recently?
I don't know. Probably.
Because I saw some clip recently of an Andrew Garfield interview. It might have been with Stephen Colbert.
He's done a bunch of interviews recently where he's just like vehemently denied
it's really funny
that he was going to be Spider-Man.
And then Tobey Maguire was like, yeah, I meant it. Which is so hype. It's so hype. But so
and then people still didn't know until they saw the movie.
Which is what's great is that we won't be spoiling anyone because no one's here right now. But so
surely you've seen it by now.
Surely you've seen it or you know.
Like if you don't know by now, come on.
It's been a month.
What are you doing?
But so in this interview, they're like, my brother's up there, and it's it's Andrew Garfield, and then it's just some bald guy, and then they're like, okay. So you guys clearly got 2 different gene pools, and all I have to say is one of you is Spider-Man, which is so funny. I don't know
funny.
exactly if they said that or if I said that, because I think that's really funny. Just one of you is Spider-Man and the other isn't.
I think I know what interview you're talking about. I also don't think that was an interview around the time of No Way Home coming.
Whatever, but it's really funny. But then he's like, he's actually a lung surgeon.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So I have seen this clip. It's really funny. Yeah. I also just Andrew Garfield being like, talking about how he's like, it's like a game of werewolf, and he's just screaming, "I'm not the werewolf." It's funny.
Okay. Dude, I want to play those games more.
What games?
See you guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye, guys. Yeah, we're done.
Wait, before you go. Coming Home better than 115. Definitive take.